Hello, everybody. I am Mrs. Poppet, and this is my place. Oh, I'm so glad you came for another story time today. I really enjoy spending time with you. And today's story is one you may or may not have heard of. It's called The Frog Princess. Have you heard of this? It's very good. Why don't we read it now? The Frog Princess. There once was a Tsar who had 3 excellent sons. One day the Tsarina, his wife, said to him, "Sire, our sons have grown, and they need wives." The Tsar agreed. For a day and a night he thought hard. Then he sent for his sons and said, "My sons, you must marry. Get your bows and arrows and go to the castle gate. Shoot once in any direction you like. Where the arrow falls, you will find your bride." The princes obeyed. The eldest aimed to the right. His arrow sped over a wood and fell at the feet of a lord's daughter. She plucked it from the ground, and the prince came to claim her. The second son aimed to the left. The arrow sped over the fields and fell in a rich merchant's garden. The daughter of the merchant saw it strike among the roses, and she picked it up. Soon the prince came and claimed her as his bride. The youngest son, Ivan, shot his arrow straight ahead. To find it again, he hunted 2 days and 2 nights. At last he came to the rim of a marsh. There, by the inky water, was a great green frog with gold-flecked eyes. In her mouth she held Ivan's arrow. A frog! How could he marry a frog? Poor Ivan ducked behind the tall reeds and tried to run off, but the frog had seen him. She croaked, "Frog though I may be, if you don't marry me, you'll regret it. Don't forget it." Ivan shuddered. He knew he must obey his father. He bent over, picked up the frog, and carried her, dripping wet as she was, next to his heart. When the brothers returned, the Tsar set a wedding date. The eldest son wed the noble lady. The next son wed the rich merchant's daughter, and Ivan wed his frog. Some time later, the Tsar summoned his sons again. He said, Let's see what clever wives you have. Here are 3 pieces of cloth, all alike, one for each. Ask your wives to make me some shirts." He gave them his size and added that he wanted the shirts the very next day. The eldest son's wives called in all their maids and servants, and everybody began to snip and sew. Ivan went to his frog wife. He was sad for her, and he told her, "Father sends you this length of cloth. You are to make him a shirt during the night. He wants to know how well you sew." "Believe in me, and you shall see," croaked the frog. When her husband had gone, the frog chewed the cloth to bits and spat it out the window, saying, "Evening breeze, morning breeze, fair winds come soon. Stitch me a royal shirt with the rays of the moon." The next morning Ivan went to his wife's room. "Here you are," she croaked, "a shirt for the Tsar." Each prince gave the Tsar a shirt. The Tsar examined them with care. To the eldest he said, "This shirt I'll wear when I wash my dog." To the next he said, "It's a fair shirt. I'll wear it under my bathrobe." To Ivan he said, "A splendid shirt. A royal birthday, Christmas, Easter shirt. A shirt for special occasions." Soon the Tsar sent for his 3 sons again, saying, "I'm sure your wives do tapestry work, but let's see whose work is the best." He gave each son equal amounts of silk-colored wools, gold, and silver thread. The 2 elder sons' wives called their servants and set to work. Sadly, Ivan explained to his wife what the Tsar wanted. "Believe in me, and you shall see," she croaked. He left, and she tossed the gay heap of materials out the window, saying, "Evening breeze, silky breeze, silver moon and golden star. Weave, weave for me, please, my gift for the Tsar." The princes stood by as the Tsar inspected the 3 rugs. To the eldest he said, "This might keep rain off a cow's back." To the second he said, "It will do for a back door mat." To Ivan he said, "Lovely! I'll put it on my ivory table for Sunday use only." The next day the Tsar said to his sons, "Princes' wives must bake royal bread. Here's the flour. See you tomorrow." This time the wives of the elder brothers tried to do whatever Ivan's frog did. All three mixed and kneaded the dough alike, but the frog whispered to her dough, "Rise late, bake right, be sun golden and snow white." Then she put it into a cold oven. The others had heated their ovens as usual. One loaf was burnt black. The other was quite uncooked. The Tsar took the 3 loaves and tasted each one. Of the first he said, "A starving man might try to eat it." Of the second he said, "Even rats wouldn't touch this gooey mess." Of the third he said, "How light it is and golden! I must give a dinner party and share it with my guests." Then he invited his sons to bring their wives to dine with him. Ivan, sure of disgrace for his poor frog, gave her the message. On arrival, the guests went to the reception hall. Soon everyone was there but Ivan's wife. The elder son's wives hoped she'd make the Tsar furious by failing to come. But when they heard sounds of a great troop of horsemen, who surely must be escorting an important guest. "Who can it be?" exclaimed the Tsar. "Father, it is my wife." She entered, no frog but a girl lovely as the dawn, royally robed. During the dinner, the eldest son's envious wives copied every move Ivan's wife made. So when she put wine up her right sleeve and slid chicken bones up her left, they did the same. After the feast was over, the Tsar asked the 3 girls to dance for him. Ivan's wife rose to obey. She shook her right sleeve, and the bright fountain sprang up on the floor. She shook her left sleeve, and 2 swans flew to the fountain pool. The other wives followed suit, but they soaked their partners with wine and hit them in the face with chicken bones. The Tsar crossly sent them home. Meanwhile, Ivan had gone to his wife's room. On the bed he saw the frog skin. He picked it up and threw it on the fire. Just then his princess rushed in and cried, "What have you done? Now I must leave, and you'll have to cross dozens and dozens of kingdoms to see me again, for I am Velisila the wise." With these words she became a white swan, and she vanished into the blue. Ivan bitterly regretted his impatience. His wife, frog or princess, had always been good to him. He should have loved her as she was. Somehow he'd find her, he swore. Off he set on his finest horse. When the horse could go no more, Ivan tumbled off into the grass and slept. He awoke to see an old man sitting on a rock watching him. The old man said, "Prince, good day. You talk strangely in your sleep, all about a frog as fair as dawn. What's happened to you, and what do you seek?" Ivan told his story. "Burning that frog skin was bad," nodded the old man. "It wasn't yours. It's bad to ruin other folks' things. And do you know whom you had the luck to love? Velisila is the Sea King's daughter. Her father punished her after a family quarrel by making her a frog for 3 years. If only you'd been patient. But I see you are sorry now. For that, I'll give you this ball. Throw it ahead of you, go wherever it goes, and never lose sight of it." Then the old man disappeared. Ivan followed the ball for days and nights and weeks over dozens of kingdoms. The journey was long, it was hard, but Ivan wanted so much to see Velisila again that he kept on. At last he came to the ocean's edge. There he saw a hut standing on chicken legs, turning and turning like a top. First it showed its front with a door, then it showed its rear with a window. Ivan cried, "Good hut! turn your back to the sea. Stand and show your front door to me." The hut stood still. Ivan went in and told his tale to an old crone at the fire. When he finished, she said, "You're in luck. Valicia is hidden in my sister's hut, secreted inside a bundle of twigs. Take that bundle, break it, and you shall see what you shall see." Afire with hope, Ivan sped off. Once he even got ahead of his ball, but he went back. Impatience had been enough trouble for him already. Finally, he saw another hut on chicken legs, turning like a top. First it showed its front with a door, then it showed its rear with a window. Ivan cried, "Good hut, if you will, please stand still." The hut stood still, and Ivan went in. An old crone was tying a bundle of sticks with golden cords. Ivan knew that Felicia was in it. He waited until the old crone locked it away in a box. Then, quick as a flash, he seized the key, opened the box, took the bundle, and at one blow broke the bundle over his knee. Vasilia, pure as dawn and more lovely, appeared before him. She threw her arms around Ivan's neck and murmured, "Oh, my prince, you have broken the spell. Now I am your true wife for ever and ever." They returned to the Tsar's palace, where they lived happily to the end of their days. That is such a beautiful story. While Ivan thought that he might have got the bad end of the stick in choosing wives, he actually got the best end of the stick because his wife could do anything well and would do anything for him. The lesson, though, is that he really needed to have a little more patience with her and appreciate her for who she was and what she could do now. It didn't matter, as he said, if she was a frog or a princess. She was his wife, and she loved him. But being as he made up for his mistake, and he kept his patience and took his time, he was able to find his wife, and they were able to be together forever. Such a wonderful story. I hope you liked it as much as I did. I'll see you next time.